Hey everybody, welcome back here to Camaro's Not Coffee. Now you see the Camaro right over there, of course, but that is not the focus of today's video. Our focus is here. Okay, so as you saw from the title, this is a tire change on my 2017 Honda CRF250L, and that's because of this. If we take our tire depth gauge measure here, and so just below 2 millimeters actually. So I think you're supposed to change between 3 and 4, so it's definitely time to change. So I have everything I think that I need, or almost everything I need. So here it is. Two other things we're going to need then additionally are grease for the rear axle and then Windex or something similar for when installing the new tire. And of course the most important part is the tire itself. So we have our Dunlop D605 is the type of tire. So it's a full knob tire and it is a 120 by 80-18. So I knew what all these numbers meant at some point. This is the rim size. Something about the aspect ratio and width, something like that. So I decided to go with the full knobby tire again. That's what was on there when I got the bike, and it was pretty much as worn as it was when I got it as it is now. That makes sense. So the tread depth was about the same when I bought it as it is now, pretty much. So I'm going to go with the same type of tire. I want to try some off-roading, so I don't want to go get a street tire and then not be able to do that. And of course, if I don't like this tire, next time I'll just put a different one on. But I figured, what's the hurt in trying what this is like and seeing, what the bike is actually supposed to do, and then if I don't like it, I could just move on to something else. Okay, the last thing I want to do before we jump into the tire change is show you guys what I've done to actually get the bike up in the air. So thought number one was this little contraption, and I built it out of 2x4s to try to keep it cheap. I want to keep this a budget bike, and essentially to make it high enough so that both tires were, not both, but so the rear tire would get off the ground. I couldn't actually lift the bike up high enough by using a ramp of some sort. Wouldn't work. So we resorted to option number 2, which involved using our jack, and you can see it's just up under this piece of 4x4 here, and then everything's centered on the frame. And watch your position here, because if you go too far towards the front of the bike, it's actually going to tilt this direction, which means the rear tire is still on the ground. So right here, it's fully contacting the frame still, but it actually tilted this way, allowing the rear tire to come off the ground. And then for extra support, because this was, it's just there's nothing special holding this up. It's just balancing on here, essentially. Put the jack stands under this swing arm. And then on the left side, we have it here. Now you do have to watch. I tried to get this little chain guard piece off. It's almost rubbery. But this screw is so stuck on. It would not come out. So it's kind of on here, sort of touching the chain, but not too much. The right side, there's a lot more free room. And of course, I stuck the tire blocks under here also, just for extra support. So, if you see me shake it pretty good, and it's just moving a little bit. So, it's pretty secure. Be careful when you're doing this. I'm not recommending this as a way. I'm just showing you kind of what I rigged up for this to work. So, that's about it. We're ready to jump into the change. Here comes our axle, so this is the piece that's in here, and it just goes like this, so nice. Okay, there's one of these on the other side too, it just fell out. Okay, so I pretty much say there are 3 main stages to this process. First is going to be get the bike up and get the tire off. So that means, since the tire's there, stage 1 is complete. So that is good news. Other piece of good news, I found a use for my wooden stand. It's perfect actually to put this tire up on. So the next step is to get this off. And the first thing we're going to want to do is actually use a little tool in that one kit from Amazon, the valve core remover part of it, and we're going to use it on here somehow. I've never done it before. I'm going to figure it out, how to get all the air out of the tire. And a note, and another video I watched was to put the brake rotor side up, because if you put the sprocket side up, then if your hands touch or something, it's not going to be pretty. So I put it this way. I'm going to set you guys up and try to explain what I do to take this thing off. Okay, well, I guess that's it. For anybody who remembers the Camaro tire change fix, so this is not the first time we've had air spewing out of a tire here, so always exciting. I hope you guys heard that. It like popped. It made a weird little pop sound. There it went. One thing I'll mention at this point is I can tell when putting these in that there's a couple different sections of the rim. So I'm trying to keep it really on this upper section in this part right here. And that allowed me to kind of push down on it. And see what we can do. And then you're going to want to take out the center one. And what I found easiest was going actually farther away from where it's been pulled over and going under over here or so. And then once it's actually under this edge, moving it over while it's tucked inside of here and then pulling it up over here. Little bits at a time is going to be what's going to help you get this off a lot easier, a lot more efficiently. Now we're taking the rim out of the tire, and it's proving to be quite a bit difficult. It should just kind of pull out like this. Let's set this on here. Pull. Oh, okay. And there you have it. Here's our rim and our tire. Okay, just so you guys can get a better understanding of how treadless this tire was. Yeah, you see how different this height is essentially because of the difference in the tread. So double this because of the on two sides, and yeah, so new tires, awesome tread, a lot of tread. Hopefully it'll last me quite a while. So I'm gonna try to put this on now. I'm gonna follow video instructions that I've watched. Let's get to it. Oh my goodness. We have one more pull. Come on. If I can get this under here. Come on, come on. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, wow. think this is gonna be it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes! Let's go! Let's go! We got it! I am, you don't you guys can tell, I'm like sweating. It is like 90 degrees out here. And wow, this is, oh my god, it's insane. Whew. Okay, so with the tire fully installed now on the wheel, which is awesome, I'm so happy it's done. We're ready to move on to stage 3, which is putting it back on the bike here. So I have some grease, and we'll grab a torque wrench and finish up with that. Coat the axle. Just kind of get it in there. This will help hold, apparently, these wheel spacers in. Alright, so you guys saw we just managed to finish that up. It took a whole family effort over here, but the tire is back on the bike. So this is totally awesome. Everything's torqued down, tightened down. Wheel was spinning fine as we saw, and so I think everything's all good to go. So it is dark now. I still have the temporary permit. I don't have the actual full motorcycle permit, so I can't go riding at night. I wouldn't want to anyways, especially with a new tire. So hopefully tomorrow I'll go take this out for a test drive. So I hope this was able to help if you were trying to do this, or was at least interesting. So that was my goal. If it helped a little bit, but definitely look into other references, get some other, information from an actual source who knows what they're doing on this. This was just me trying to figure it out. It seems like it worked pretty well. So, bit difficult, but just keep going. Think, be smart, and it'll get done. So that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching. Have an awesome rest of your day. Peace.